What's up, guys? It's Joe with Syndicate Racing Channel. We are here. I just dropped off a Volvo for Chris to fix because it has a blown motor. Like Subaru problems, but the motor's not blown. Thank God on this one.
No.
It needed a clutch. But we are here and we're going to talk to Chris about his shop and why he created the shop that he created. So, Chris,
Yes.
introduce yourself.
I am Chris Caiazzi. I am the owner and mechanic of Caiazzi Motorsports LLC here in Webster, Mass.
All right. And why did you create this garage or area for you?
To work in?
Yes.
So after 10 years of working at dealerships and various shops, I was basically sick of being told you can't fix it that way even if it's the right way, and that just put it back together. So I wanted to work on cars the way I wanted to work on cars, which is, in my opinion, the right way from what I've learned and what I've done, having owned well over 100 cars at this point in my life. So I really just wanted a space where I could fix cars the way that I know how to fix cars and help people as much as I can. I mean, yeah, you still have to pay money because obviously I have an overhead, but I'm not going to kill you like a dealership would, and I'm not going to run you around and leave you with a shitty car afterwards.
Okay. So what projects do you have working now?
Oh, too fucking many.
Too many. Well, why don't we start with the simple one? Why don't we start with the Subaru that's back here?
The blue one?
The blue one.
So the blue one came to me when they got quoted $4,000 for a clutch job at a dealership. So he was looking around, he was asking a couple different people, and the motor's here. He's getting a much better clutch, so his goal is actually to give his son the car for a college graduation present. So it's getting an ACT HDSS clutch, an ACT streetlight flywheel, an OEM bearing. The whole engine has been resealed, head gaskets has been sent out and redone. It got upgraded to a 2.5 oiling system, so 2.5 pan, 2.5 pickup, with a couple oil gallery changes just to make it so this will live a little bit longer than most Subarus do. And a couple other goodies, just a couple things here and there. VF48 STI turbo, a Cobb silicon inlet tube because his was torn, a different set of headers because his were all cracked and broken, and basically just a good once over the engine, so when he gives it to his kid, it's good to go for a long period of time, and he doesn't have to worry about the thing blowing up on. But we've also done coilovers in the car. It's got all new rear wheel bearings. It's got the Brembo brake swap from an STI. What else does this have? It has a full STI interior swapped into it. It's got a couple other goodies under the car. It's got a carbon fiber drive shaft. It's got drive shaft shop axles. Basically, they built this car to be a good weekend driver and to be something that the kid can have for the rest of his life. It's kind of going to be their family heirloom, and here it is, and I was the one that got trusted to work on it. So after doing the brakes and the suspension with his name is Miguel, he really liked it, liked the work, and brought it back, and it's been here for a couple weeks now, and we're getting ready to put the engine back in it.
So what are all the projects? I noticed you have an R back here.
My daily driver.
Yes, your daily driver, because you put the Duramax out of commission.
Duramax isn't out of commission.
It has no license plates on it. It's out of commission.
That's because I was using it to drive this around. Now this is registered. Now we're good. Now
All right.
This has plates.
All right, that's good.
So the R just needs a basic service. So control arms are bad. So lower control arms in the front are getting swapped out. The front passenger side headlight was an aquarium, and I didn't want to drive around with an aquarium. And so I'm swapping the headlights over. And
As you can tell, it's definitely an aquarium.
and an oil change. So
Like,
normal stuff.
that's a clean one. That's an aquarium.
Yep. But no, that's my daily driver. It's got 225,000 miles on it, and I bought it from the original owner. So it's not too bad.
Saab.
Subaru, yes.
All right, so we got a Saab over here.
So it's a Subaru. So this is basically a 2.5i NA Impreza that has different body panels on it. Really, that's the only difference. Is GM was going under in 04 and 05.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
I'm confused. It's a
Yeah.
Subaru?
Yeah, it's called Subaru engine,
Subaru engine.
Subaru transmission, Subaru brakes. It's
Yeah.
got a full Subaru it's got full Subaru unibody in it. all GM did was they changed the hood, the fenders, the lights, and the bumper on both ends, and they called it I think it's a 92X, but it's a Subaru. In the community, it's known as a Subaru. So all the doors swap over, all the glass swaps over, all the interior swaps over, all the brakes swap over, all the mechanical parts are exactly the same. And even most of them have Subaru part numbers stamped into them. So this is known as a Subaru.
I've never heard of a Subaru.
Well, now you have, and I bought this one as a car that I was gonna give to my sister. She decided she didn't like it, she wanted something else, so basically I'm fixing it up and I'm gonna sell it.
Well, how much do you want it for? Once it's all said and done, after you're done doing everything to it.
4,500.
4,500?
It's got 92,000 miles on it.
So that's not bad.
No.
That's actually fairly priced for something that's got 92,000 miles.
It's got a new transmission in it, it's got new brakes all the way around, it's gonna have new struts all the way around, and I fully went through the motor. So it's got a new short block, it's been resealed, the heads have been sent out, it's got a full new timing kit on it. All the accessories are gonna be swapped over, it's gonna have all new brake lines because these blew out in the normal spot.
Huh. What is the normal spot?
So in these, there's a brake line that runs from right here, the proportioning valve, and it runs through the firewall, along this frame rail, and it comes out right here. And Subaru never rust coated the lines when they come out the bottom of the car, so they all rot at that union and then blow out.
Ah.
It actually used to be a safety recall.
And what's the deal with this
Which?
silver car over here that's got this nice big ETS intercooler on it?
So this is a personal pet project of mine. So I really love 4th Gen Legacies, which is the 05 to 09 BP body style of a Legacy GT. And I love station wagons. So this is a 2005 Legacy GT, 2.5 GT rather, 5-speed station wagon. 2005 is the only year that the wagons came to the States with a manual. And basically this is gonna be my autocross weekend warrior car. So it's getting a fully built motor, full ETS kit. It's gonna be
That's why it's not in there.
It's getting a full 6-speed swap, so it's gonna be STI 6-speed driveline because I would just nuke this poor 5-speed in about 10 seconds. It has a brand new fuel tank in it. I'm waiting for the lines to come in. It has a radium dual pump hanger in it, so it's gonna have 2 AEM 450 in-tank pumps, so 950 liters per hour of fuel. It's gonna have a 1/2-inch AM line all the way to the front. Gonna delete all the evap. It's gonna have CTSV 6-piston Brembo brakes in the front and 4 pistons in the rear. And it's gonna be my piss a lot of people off car. So it should make just under 500 wheel once the all the driveline goes back into it.
And what's the deal with the car that's behind us?
This is a 1998 Subaru 2.5 RS Coupe. Very rare car. You don't see these a lot really. They either all got wrecked or rotted away. This one's actually in pretty good shape, and I finally have hoarded all the parts to do a full 2-liter swap in it. So this is going to be a turbocharged 2-liter. It's actually going to be a 2.2 stroker, or a 2.3 stroker rather. So this should be high 3s, low 4s in a car that weighs about 24 to 2,500 pounds, all done with all-wheel drive.
Shit's gonna go fast. Let's put it that way.
It should be pretty quick, and not a lot of people really see these, so they're pretty sought after, and a lot of people, every time people come here, they want to buy it when they know what it is, but they aren't really for sale, or at least not until it's done.
And when it is said and done, how much do you want for it? Like 15, 20 grand?
Probably around 20, yeah. So it's gonna have a lot of rare stuff on it.
So when he means it's rare, it's rare.
Well, yeah, you don't see a lot of them, and the RSTI is generally just do it down and dirty and swap an engine into it, whereas I have lots of rare JDM parts on the car. So like, even just for shits and giggles, this is a version 7 STI front bumper imported from Japan. It's got a European domestic market rear bumper for it, a version 7 STI wing. I have a version 7 Zero Sports wing, which they only made 150 of them because they only ran prototypes. So it's actually adjustable in the center. So it looks just like the actual V7 wing, but it's got a carbon fiber adjustable duct, so it actually has active aero that you could put into the car. And this is also going to have a 6-speed swap. It's going to have the fully built 2.3 stroker motor in it. It's got built 2-liter heads. It's going to have a DOM 1.5 1000cc fuel, or rather ID 1050Xs. And IAG rails and all that good shit.
Hmm.
It should be a fun little project. It's funny, I could throw this together in like a week. A lot of people just like throw these together in a weekend. They'll park a WRX next to it and they'll just literally swap everything in. But I want to do it so it's never really having to get taken apart again. I just want to do it once, do it right, and be done.
Sounds like a good plan.
That's how I try to do most of the cars.
Yes. For instance, like my car, you worked on my car. Granted, it was just a belt, but he still did his job. And you know what? I appreciate the work that you did for me. You know, you took time out of doing one other job to quickly swap in a belt for...
What was I doing?
You were working on another car.
Okay, that's real descriptive.
I don't know. I forget what you were doing.
Yeah, I was working on something else. Oh, I was working on the FXT. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was doing electrical diag on a Forester XT. That's what I was doing. Trying to figure out why it was misfiring and the injector was occasionally pulsing and not pulsing whenever it got sent a signal.
So why was it misfiring?
Rat had chewed a wire, so it was only occasionally touching. So when I moved the harness around, it would either ground itself or make the connection that it needed to. So I need an engine harness.
And that was an easy swap, a hard swap?
Not too bad. They're not too bad to do. You can do them in the car in a couple hours.
It's not bad.
Oh, when you do them for 10 years, they're not too bad.
Yes. So if you need any help with your Subaru, it doesn't matter what it is.
Doesn't really matter what it is. I kind of work on it all.
So, like I said, this is Caiazzi Motorsports. This is Chris. Like and subscribe. And we will show more videos of all the other people like Nick that worked on my car today.
Or the built R1.
Yes, or...
All the motorcycle stuff I do.
He also does work motorcycles. And what did you say about a built R1?
Yeah, built R1.
What's done to the R1?
Fully built motor, fully built trans.
What does that include? From a kid that doesn't know shit about motors, what does that entitle?
So it's a fully aftermarket built crank. They're aftermarket rods, aftermarket pistons. The valves are 2 mil oversized from what they were. They're custom ground cams that you can't buy. You have to send specs and they make them to your spec. I couldn't find a trans kit for it because I kept blowing out second, third, and fourth. So I ended up engineering, designing, CADing, and then machining a full straight cut bill of gear set for it. Did my own vortex chain conversion on it, so instead of being a 535 chain, it's now a 520 chain that will still handle the use of the power that puts down, and it's also got about 40 pounds pulled off the bike from when it was stock. So
anybody want to race, let me know. We'll set it up.
Yeah, 320 pounds fully wet. I'm a 128 pound rider, and the bike makes 248 wheel horsepower.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
That's all I gotta say is thumbs up. When you want to go fast, and this is also from after him having some lady pull out in front of him and slam on her brakes for no apparent reason, and well, he went head over heels over the car and got pretty fucked up. How long were you in the hospital for?
I wasn't in the hospital that long. I was actually only in the hospital for 5 or 6 hours, but I was pretty well fucked up for a while.
Yes. You had some very bad road rash.
Yep. Still got some of it.
Yep. And then you had a few other things done, but...
A couple broken bones.
Some really road rash toes.
Yeah.
They were bad. So...
Can send you pictures of those.
Yeah. But like I said, this is Syndicate Racing Channel. Like and subscribe. Share the video. And give a shout out if you know Chris. Thank you, guys.